Some exciting stuff might be coming down the pipeline with Apple and Veve. Shoutouts to Sean from Comics and Crypto for sharing this on Twitter about the potential release of Apple AR and VR goggles in spring of 2023. This is absolutely massive because I believe that Apple is more into the crypto and NFT space than we think. For as long as I can remember, Apple and Disney have always been in the top 10 when it comes to the world's most admired companies. I used to work at Apple in sales, and I remember seeing these headphones hit the shelf. It was a Mickey and Beats collaboration. For those of you that don't know, Beats used to be owned by Dr. Dre until it was sold to Apple in 2014. However, this isn't the only instance where we've seen Apple and Disney collaborate when it comes to product and IP. As Apple unveiled the Apple Watch, we saw Apple demo a ton of different Apple Watch faces. And within all those Apple Watch faces, we saw the Mickey Mouse face. When you pressed on this Mickey watch face, it actually told you the time in Mickey's voice. A couple of iterations later, we saw Minnie Mouse take to the Apple Watch and also Toy Story from Pixar, all become watch faces as well. We know that before Disney bought Pixar was majority share-held by Steve Jobs.
We never talked about being one company, but he loved Disney a lot. Right. And obviously he loved Pixar. He loved storytelling, and he loved the combination of storytelling and technology. You know, he called liberal arts and technology. Right. You know, I think he said at one point that made his heart sing.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
The combination of art and technology. That's what Pixar was, by the way. And so I mused in the book, and now Steve has gone 8 years, that had he lived, and I think there's a good chance we would have certainly talked about being one company. Whether we would have done it or not, I don't know.
Bob Iger and Steve Jobs struck up a deal to move Pixar to Disney for $7.4 billion. This would lead to a great 5-year relationship with Steve Jobs and Bob Iger, and with Steve Jobs being a large shareholder on the panel at Disney. This would prove to be a massive move and has turned out really good for both companies today. As Disney and Apple now grow immensely together in parallel, we know that Apple releasing their iPhone was one of the most iconic moments in history. It helped to shape the world that we know and live in today. It ushered in the digital era. Apple has always been at the forefront when it comes to technological innovation. That innovative mindset was also adopted by Bob Iger within the 5 years that he worked with Steve Jobs before his passing. Here's a quote from Bob Iger's book called Ride of a Lifetime. "It was an interesting time and marked what I saw as the beginning of the end of traditional media as we knew it. Of great interest to me was that every traditional media company, while trying to figure out its place in this ever-changing world, was operating out of fear rather than courage, stubbornly trying to build a bulwark to protect old models that couldn't possibly survive the sea change that was underway. This really makes me excited to see Bob Iger return as the CEO of Disney, as he has always been a lot more bullish on the idea of a metaverse. As Disney continues to live by those models today by innovating in the metaverse space, in the digital space, and the signing of Veve digital collectibles, the future for innovation at Disney looks bright." Now, why did I bring up the relationship between Disney and Apple? If we bring it back to December of 2021, we can hear David Yu say this in a Twitter space.
Something where we could use in like an Oculus?
Yeah, so we do work quite closely with Apple. I mean, we on almost weekly communication to their executive team and looking at their product rollout. Obviously, we've been mindful of all these very new early stage what they're bringing out. But definitely the, AR, VR, wearable device is something that we really do believe in.
Just casually, David Yu lets us know that Apple and Veve are talking on a weekly basis. This is huge because the community has always been asking Veve when marketing, and this could be the biggest showcase for Veve of all time. See, bringing it back to Apple potentially showcasing these goggles in spring of 2023, I believe that without a doubt, Veve will be one of those big demos for those goggles on that Apple stage. What else would Apple showcase inside their AR and VR glasses than the beloved Disney characters that people already know and love and that they've worked with before in the past? This would be a massive marketing campaign, bigger than any of us would have ever thought. I believe that with Apple creating the hardware for AR and VR and ushering people into this new space, people will start to finally understand and have their eyes open to what the metaverse really is. As these goggles become a reality, I can see a future where we're no longer confined to these glass rectangles that we hold in our hands every single day. And Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, agrees. Here's an interview with him from 2016.
Augmented reality. Both of these are incredibly interesting. But my own view is that augmented reality is the larger of the two, probably by far, because this gives the capability for both of us to sit and be very present, talking to each other, but also have other things visually for both of us to see. Maybe it's something we're talking about. Maybe it's someone else here that is not here present, but could be made to appear to be present.
As an article from CNBC on October 3rd, 2022 quotes Tim Cook saying this: "I think AR is a profound technology that will affect everything. Imagine being able to teach in AR and demonstrate things in that way, or medically, or so on. Like I said, we are really going to look back and think, how did we ever live without AR? This is a huge claim from the CEO of Apple. I believe that Apple is about to shape the future landscape of technology once again, and this will be just as, if not more, impactful than the iPhone unveiling. And Veve and Disney are primed and ready at the forefront to help usher in this new digital era, this new exciting time, and change the world once again. Before I sign off, I want to give a quick shout out to Common Club Apparel. They hooked me up with this shirt for winning a Disney quiz competition inside of Twitter Spaces, hosted by Metaverse Life and Veve Magic and a couple of other main users in the community. So I just want to say a quick thank you, and I really appreciate the shirt. And let me know what you guys think. Are you guys ready for this new digital future? Make sure to check out my last video where I talk about what I think Marvel's secret with Veve is. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.